Good morning, sunshine. You looked so handsome last night.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Good morning.
Congrats on the award.
Thank you. How are you this morning?
I just woke up.
I wish I could say that. So what's some of your big takeaways?
Oh my God. Well, the one thing that I said about Bryn, ask your family what they want from you.
Right. That's right. So have you or will you? When will you?
I did. I asked Samantha yesterday. Patrick is on a sleepover. And so I asked Samantha, and we watched The Office. And I'm not someone to watch TV, but I do that with her because she loves it. And I really like what Bryn said, to add the fourth question: what drained my energy?
So then it might serve you well to add a fifth question.
Okay.
What's the corollary to what drains your energy? What's the opposite to what drains your energy?
What gives you energy?
I'd ask that one too, because see, those are all of the things that make you feel less than.
Yeah. Donna Valdez knocked the socks off. I'm doing Fraser Brooks AI thing, so I'm not gonna pay any money for Donna's, but it was very informational. And how Ray said your personal problem is a business problem. Until you take all the baggage with you, you're not going to be able to set yourself free. And you know, I think the AI is still as much as I'm diving into it, I'm still very scared. But I liked what Garrett said. There's one thing you can't outsource, it's your heart. But I still feel that in all this thing that AI does, it's like, aren't you getting lost along the way when you implement so much of the AI? But I think that's different when it's in person. So when you touch people in your community, that's when it's you. I don't know why. I feel like I'm absorbing a lot of information, but if I wouldn't write it down, it would like wash over it.
So why do you think that?
I don't know.
What happens?
I think it's impossible to implement all the information.
Who does Christina become when she implements the nuggets?
A go-getter, one that is not looking behind her.
And so if that story changes, what changes?
I get better.
And if you get better, what changes?
My bank account gets better.
And if your bank account changes, what gets better?
The life of my family.
And so if the life of your family gets better, what changes?
We're all happy and we have abundance and we can give others.
And if you have abundance and give others and are in complete gratitude, what has to change? Your story.
Hmm. Yeah.
Play now. And
I can't hear you.
as all become true, now is nothing.
It's very choppy, Sean. I can't hear you. Hello, hello. You're on mute.
Good morning. Yeah.
Hello, hello. Can you hear me? I can't hear you, Sean. I can't hear you. I see you, but I can't hear you if you're talking. Maybe change the mic on the phone. I don't know if that is an option. Hey, Michelle. You're on mute.
Having a coffee fit. Good morning. How are you?
Morning. I just woke up, so I'm like,
Yeah, so am I. I'm like, so yeah, bedhead and everything. So I thought he said he might have a call this morning. So I thought I'll kick on real quick. And no, I couldn't hear him either. So
hey, Sean.
there he is.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Good morning. Again.
There he is. There he is. Are you in pink? Pinkish purple? Look at that, Christina. He's in our favorite color. And he's frozen. Oh, and he's back. Cool. I'll be right back.
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Okay.
And Marcus said, I'm with.
Trying to get.
You're trying to get
Go
what?
ahead. I'm trying to get to where I can have good signal, but not be bombarded by people every 5 minutes. Morning, sir.
I really like what Marcus said. I said, most people don't even know they're in a cell.
Ain't that the truth? There we go. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Awesome. What else? What are some other takeaways?
And Nick, like I wrote to you, I feel like he went to Sean Murphy's school. I think that many of the things that he said kind of came from the school of Sean Murphy.
Well, there's universal truths, and some people know them, and
And you know, when people say love from afar, it's really difficult when it's your family. Guten Tag, Stefanie. Wie geht es dir?
Guten Tag, mir geht's gut und dir?
Sehr gut, danke.
Woher kannst du Deutsch?
In Rumänien habe ich Deutsch gelernt. Deutsch ist eigentlich meine Muttersprache.
Oh, interessant.
Ja, und ich habe auf Deutsch auch unterrichtet.
Sehr cool, sehr cool.
Ja.
Sean is sitting there like, what the heck?
Yeah,
I love
Michelle
it.
is
I
and
love it.
Michelle is trying to perfect her German.
You're making me remember my mama because mama was German and I haven't heard German in a long time. So
Aw.
I can verstehen kleine,
Ah,
but
prima.
I can still I can pick the words apart going, well, they're kind of talking like this, but anyway, that's all I need. But I love it.
Well, good morning to all of you. Enjoy your breakfast, Sean.
Thank you.
Guten Tag.
Good dog.
Stephanie, did you listen to the ANMP?
No, I didn't.
No.
I was working yesterday and I'm busy with the puppy.
Mm.
So let me show you guys.
Yeah.
Not leaving my side.
That's the best.
Good morning, Bob Kane. That color looks amazing on you.
Howdy, howdy, howdy.
I can't believe that in less than a month I get to hug you in person.
It's gonna be fun. We're down to weeks.
Someone will have fun. I don't know. I understand that our minds are going to be blown, so I don't know.
I wish y'all an amazing time, and one day I will join. And I can't wait for the bear hug from Sean.
Aw. We're going to have you in our hearts, definitely.
So, how do you use events to build community with people who aren't at events? You bring them with you.
Mhm.
That's why I bring all of you with me. That's why I bring back what I think is important. I'm always listening to what's the thing you want, what's the thing you can have, what's the thing that I can serve the community, because I get it. But if we're in true fashion of wanting to serve people, it's very selfish to go to an event and only find what you need. The reason most people only find what they need at an event is because they don't understand what the rest of their community needs. So the reticular activating system isn't wired for it. That makes sense? And if your reticular activating system isn't wired for it, you can't hear it. Buenos días, mi amor. See, I can speak another language. So the key is, what is it your community is needing? Well, what's the business you're in? This is why you ask the questions. What business am I in? Because there's a good chance they're in a similar business. And these are people who are in your organization. What business am I really in? Good morning, good morning. What business am I really in? That gives you an idea of maybe what business you're in that they're not, that they're wanting to get to. Because if anybody ever leaves a business, leaves a company, leaves a distributorship, they're leaving it so that they can go find something else. Well, what business are you really in is the business they're going to leave to. That's what they're looking for. The reason they stay is because in 6 months, you put them in a business that they didn't know they could be a part of. That makes sense? So that's why that question is so powerful, for that series of questions that we start off the 12 weeks with. What business are you in? That's the business you and everybody else is in. What business are you really in? Is the business of keeping people in the business. What business do you need to be in 6 months? You need to be in a non-negotiable part of somebody's life that allows them to have more of what they want and less of what they don't. So as you begin to hear that and understand that, the way you look at things changes. Does that make sense?
And if you have a team of none?
Then you got to decide what business you're in. Because as soon as you decide what business you're in, you'll find out if people want to join you in that business. So you've got to find a business, because your business, that's why you always ask the question, the business you're in will always change. Even though you're providing healthy water for people, that business will change as you become more aware. This is what happens when people get started and they say ignorance on fire, and their business goes through the roof. And then once they learn, they change the business they're in, and they learn, their business disappears. And the reason their business disappears is because they change the business they're in. Zig Ziglar said it best: business is success, sales is the transference of enthusiasm. And when people get started, they're in the enthusiastic business of, I don't know what's doing, but it's exciting and that works for me and I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. And then what happens is that they start to want to learn about steep field gradient in magnetic fields, and understanding that Linus Pauling won the Nobel Peace Prize in 1934 for finding iron in blood, and wanting to understand the sleep cycles and REM cycles and why it's so important for brain recovery and health recovery, and why far infrared works. And there's 3 kinds of infrared. There's near infrared, mid infrared, and far infrared. Near infrared is your TV. Mid infrared is the heat lamps over the pot roast, over the roast beef, or the prime rib at an event. And then there's the far infrared, which is the wavelengths of the sun, which warms the body, which goes 15 to 20 centimeters into the body and causes vasodilation. How many of you have already fallen asleep? Because I changed the business I was in. I started to become knowledgeable. I started to become the business of knowledge. And then that's why I came up with the phrase, my friend Google will always outperform me. So decide what business you're in. What's the enthusiastic business? I spoke to a young 27-year-old Latina from Brazil last night, and she is literally, to use their terms, fire. But in about 4 minutes, not that I wanted to, I had her in tears and explained exactly why nobody can listen to her. She's got arm tattoos from her shoulder all the way down. She wore a strap dress, spaghetti dress. I wouldn't say it was a short dress, but it was above the knee, right? And all of that to say, she's got this voice that sounds like a freight train. It's not uncomfortable to listen to, but it was wildly strong. And I said, I just want you to know, the business that you're in is not barking orders like a sergeant major in the Army. And she had these realizations, and all of a sudden I started to explain the last 2 years of her business. She's like, how did you do that in 5 seconds? Well, Nano was there. So Nano said, I don't know how he does it, but I just know he does it. So you just got to stay away if you don't want it. So my question again is, what business are you in? After you hear this, what business are you in? It shouldn't change your business. It should deepen your business. And what I really want you to do is I want you to narrow your niche. One of the things that if you've heard the speaker say, narrow, 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 narrow. So Christine and I were talking before the call started, and she said she's a little nervous with AI. Christina, I would go describe say I'm building an audience for wellness people around water, and I really want them to be between this age and this age. Do they have college? Are they married? Do they have kids? And you say, I need you to ask me more questions, and let it literally ask you more questions. And you will find your perfect avatar that when you start to go market to that avatar, they'll be like, how do you know everything about me? Good morning, Danny. So, good morning, good morning. So what other questions or comments or?
Well, I can tell how much you serve by how your voice is a little raspy there, my friend. Your voice has been given a workout.
It is. And I'll tell you, Bob, I'm so grateful for the ranch, because by this time at every event, I'm literally wiped out. I've left 98% of it on the field, now I have 2% today. Today, I probably have 70% because of the ranch, picking up stuff, moving stuff, and doing and raking and all of that. So I'm so grateful to be back on the farm, because to have this level of energy for me at this point in this event, because I've done it for so long, is unheard of. So people go, how are you feeling? I go, I feel freaking amazing. I love picking up rocks. And they don't know the whole story. So they're like, what are you talking about? Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I'm grateful for all that you serve and for the joy that you experienced during that process. So
I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Who else? Thoughts, comments, questions?
Good morning, Sean.
Good morning, Paul.
Congratulations on your award. That's I was so happy about that, because you are a servant leader, and that shows up for us, we're the lucky ones. It shows up every day, and we're truly blessed by that. And some of these some of these speakers have been just awesome. Every single one of them has a nugget to take away, and I think that's the important thing, is that I've been to stuff like this before, and it's true, right? I mean, when you're there, the energy in the room, and it just, like, you get all hyped up, and then you go home, and when you, like, if you don't begin to act on some of those nuggets that you learned, within 24 to 48 hours, they're lost. You're right back. You slump right back into your old ways again. And so I usually don't write a lot anymore. I used to, and Richard Westbrook said it best, I think, one time, is that when you're writing, trying to capture everything, you're really not, you're going to miss the golden nugget that comes along the way when somebody says it, because you're too busy writing down and thinking about what did he just say, or what did she just say, and try to get it down. And since I've just tried to follow your lead, and instead of writing a couple of things that they said, asking the question, hello, Sharon.
So proud of you, Sharon.
Oh, brave one.
Sean taught me well, right?
All right.
You sure did. That was amazing.
My big takeaway is, when I've had for the last year, vision, belief, love, and gratitude, you combine those, you're unstoppable. And if you make the decision to be unstoppable and you persist through it all, you will get there. That's my biggest takeaway. And the love and the heart. And what I love about this profession is that it forces people to grow. You cannot do this and persist and do all those things if you don't learn somehow to manage some of your emotions.
You can't stay where you started.
You can't stay where you started, you know, and that's why a lot of people quit, because they're not up for that inner work. It's not the outer work. Making money is not hard, guys. It's just the inner work that it takes to get out of your way to be that persistent, in my opinion. So, and I just feel, you know, after 22 years and my ups and downs, that I belong. You know, and maybe that's because I feel like I feel like I'm not alone anymore because I found God, you know, and watching, and Ray Higdon yesterday, kind of low key, it was the best presentation I've heard ever, because he told the truth in a way that people don't tell. And it wasn't just a vulnerability, but it was an honesty from
It's not
inside
about
out.
doing certain things,
It's not about doing certain things.
it's about doing things in a certain way.
Things in a certain way. I mean, you know, there's certain things that he did, but he didn't do them the way that needed to be done.
Yeah.
And he made tons of money. You know, it's not about the money. I know it's not about the money. I saw that on Wall Street. People who, you know, made hundreds of millions of dollars and were miserable. You know, it's not about the money. It's about the love. And it's about the purpose. What's your DMP? Because if you don't have a purpose, you're going to just keep on struggling and striving and get there and feel empty. And it's about the feeling. That's the other takeaway from me. Because I haven't given because of all of my old story, it took me so long to feel, to allow myself the emotion behind what was present. And without that emotion, you can't go deeper. You know, you block yourself. You know, so it's like learning how to, what you guys do with Sean, you absolutely amaze me. He takes you to places and you go there, you go there. You're amazing. You know, and I've been hanging out with him, what, 4 or 5 years, whatever. And it's like, there was always this, you know, well, it's not there anymore. It's just not there anymore.
I love it.
I
Go
love
get
it.
some breakfast, Sharon.
So I'm
Say
gonna
goodbye,
get some
Sharon.
breakfast. Goodbye, everybody. I love
Hi,
you.
Sharon.
And I got to meet Lori D, and I got to hug Doug Starr, and the hugs around here. Oh my God, I'm in heaven. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Love her.
Oh, that's so cool. It's so cool to see people we know there, you know, that too is uplifting. I can't wait till next year when the whole bunch of us is gonna attend.
Yep. Either.
Because it certainly does make a difference, the energy in the room, but like a few of them pointed out, you know, they're absolutely right. Like what are you going to do when you go home? Because if you don't change anything, if you don't do anything, then really you kind of wasted your money. So I felt more of a shift in state, especially yesterday. It was too bad I couldn't get on was it Friday night, but you know, again, I think what really is helping me is how I learned from you to, you know, write the question instead of writing down what they say, and you'll remember the answer. And so yeah, so it's you know, we'll see what today brings, and then it's time to pick out the key things that resonated with me, and you know, put them into practice. Got nothing to lose, do we?
Not at all.
So, and these are people that are, you know, are proven leaders, are proven successful in their business. Pay attention. That's what I always say, you know, pay attention. You know, if you're, you know, we have to remember that my idea of success and other people's view of success are sometimes poles apart. And you got to stay true to your own beliefs and your own, you know, your own values. Thank you.
All right, everybody.
Sean, I just wanted to add one last little bit. I didn't know what ANMP was. I'd heard the word several times, probably in the last 2 years, and I'm like, oh, it's just another one of those things. So just between yesterday and the feedback from Christina and Paul and the others that have attended, it sounds like an event I would want to attend now. Because otherwise it was just like, oh, it's just another convention. And that's not what it is. And you clarified that so much for me yesterday, which helped tremendously. So thank you, Sean, Christina, Paul, Doug, Sharon, Lori, everybody else that's there that I know. So I love y'all. Thanks.
I love y'all. All right, everybody. Big week
Hey,
coming.
Sean,
Yes, sir, go ahead.
one quick thing. If so, is there, so we just go into the ANMP site if we want to join ANMP?
ANMP 23.
Okay.
I think ANMP membership.com.
Right. Okay. And there's no codes or anything we use. We just,
Nope,
whatever.
it's $99.
All right. Perfect.
Sounds
Thank
great.
you.
Thank you. Halvito Stephanie.
What did you say?
Alvita Sen.
Auf Wiedersehen. See you at the next event.
See y'all tomorrow morning. Somebody give me some Costa Ricas
Pura.
Pura vida.
and some Lydias.
Peace be with
Peace
us.
be with us.
I love y'all. See y'all tomorrow.
Happy Sunday. Enjoy.
Safe travel, Sean.
Thanks, brother.